Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do support the amendment of the gentleman from Colorado. It's sound. If we're going to do something, it ought to be in the full committee. But I want to direct you to the second paragraph of this resolution. It says, and I'm quoting from the resolution, the Mueller report, quote, found that the Russian government interfered in the 2016 election in sweeping and systemic fashion. And we're going, yeah, okay. And what's that got to do with President Trump or impeaching President Trump? And then we jump. I mean, I had thousands and thousands of felony indictments come through my court, come from my grand juries. This would be thrown out of court in any legitimate court because you jump clear from the Russian government interfered in the 2016 election and then says not that President Trump or the Trump campaign was involved. Oh, no. But that there were at least 10 episodes of President Trump using his official powers to thwart or attempt to thwart the special counsel's investigation, unquote. It's trying to make it appear, yeah, Russia tried to interfere with our election. They've been doing that for many decades. They want to create as much chaos in America as they can. But then to jump over and make it appear, oh, well, President Trump was involved. No, he was not involved. And it is a fraudulent, deceptive paragraph because this is supposed to be about the wrongdoing of President Trump. Yet the resolution makes a statement about Russia that Donald Trump conclusively had nothing to do with. We had people at CNN, MSNBC, all of the regular suspects fraudulently asserting that there was no question the Trump campaign colluded with Russia and that surely they just knew that President Trump was going to be indicted for it. While information was fraudulently withheld on these channels that the Clinton campaign had colluded, conspired with Fusion GPS, Christopher Steele, and conspired with Russian agents to create a fraudulent dossier that they could use to attempt to affect the election to defeat candidate Donald Trump. Well, we still had people like Comey and Rosenstein committing fraud upon the FISA court, swearing to information they knew was fraudulently deceptive, and they knew it was not only not verified, but the information had no basis in fact, while their own information was that it was completely untrustworthy. Now comes this resolution that's supposed to be setting up a basis for impeachment, or as we'd say in Texas, this is fixing to be an impeachment. It isn't now, but maybe it's fixing to be. It starts out by stating a deceptive and fraudulent paragraph that Russia did a wrong, even though the report and the testimony made clear there was no evidence of the Trump campaign participating in that whatsoever. Further, we know that President Trump knew he had not colluded nor conspired with Russia. He knew the effort to say otherwise was the real fraud, so he kept trying to ensure that he was not framed by the conspiracy involving Fusion GPS, Christopher Steele, and some other within the DOJ. In other words, he was not obstructing justice. He did everything he could to make sure that there was justice, not a frame-up, not injustice, and there was no fraud, except there was fraud, just not from his campaign. So how can someone be guilty of obstructing justice when the very goal they have is to do what they can to avoid a major fraudulent miscarriage of justice? It's time to put this aside, let the Democratic candidates for president run on their own, and let's get back to being judicious.
The gentleman yields back. Is there further discussion on the amendment? For what purpose does the gentleman from Wisconsin seek recognition?
Mr. Chairman, I move to strike the last word.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr.